Hey everyone, today I'd like to talk about the Radius 81110, which is a Macintosh clone from 1995. It has a nearly identical logic board to that of the PowerMac 8100 from Apple Computers. Where it differs from the 8100 though is in its case design. Like many of the other Macintosh clones from the time, it used a more standard PC-styled case with a custom front bezel. The 8100, on the other hand, is one of a number of Macs that use plastic for their internal frame. Over time, these plastics have become extremely brittle and thus compromise the case's structure. Anyone who's ever worked on a Quadra 800 or 840 or a PowerMac 8100, 8500, or 9500 will know what I'm talking about. Not only is the steel design of the Radius sturdier than the Power Macintosh 8100, it is much easier to access the internals of the case, again similar to some PCs of the time period. And that's what I want to briefly show today. When I first took apart this system, I was surprised how over-engineered its case is. Solid steel and so many screws, rivets, and braces. This is built like a tank. So let's crack it open. To get into the case, you need to remove these 3 screws holding the side panel. Then the side panel slides back a bit and pops outwards. Solid steel. Now we can see inside the case. Lots of room. Yeah, sturdy braces. Optical drive. Floppy. Hard drive. The HPV video card, and new bus slots. And we'll lay it on its side, and we next need to unscrew these 2 captive screws which hold in the braces. Just pulls out, and then we'll do the front one. To get access to the logic board, we'll need to next remove these 10 screws. That's right, 10 screws all around the edge of the case. That's a total of 13 screws in the back when you take into account the 3 that were there for the door. That's a lot of screws. Oh, don't forget that last one. And the cool part, the whole motherboard tray along with the power supply slides out the back of the case. And as you do so, you'll need to disconnect cables. I've seen PC cases that behave the same, where the motherboard tray slides out like this. It's really a lot nicer than the way you'd have to get the motherboard out of the PowerMac 8100. Yeah, so the tray just slides right back out. Make sure you don't catch any cables as you pull it out. Yeah, and there you go. And then here you can basically access most of the motherboard. To access the drives, the front bezel needs to be removed. There's an inner steel part that the outer plastic bezel attaches to. You'll need to pry that steel part away from the case, starting at the top. Try to be careful to make sure you get the spudger between the steel part of the bezel and the case, not the plastic on the bezel. Then hinge the bezel outwards and downwards and unclip it from the bottom of the case. And here you can see where the clips at the top of the case and the bottom of the case clip into the bezel. It's really just more of a friction hold of sorts. The bottom actually clips into a little bit of hook effect. The inner part of the bezel is attached to the plastic using these little grommets, which are incredibly hard to get off. Yeah, and that's the Radius 81110 case. Thanks so much for watching.